Good afternoon, and thank everyone that's watching on Facebook Live. We truly appreciate it. I am joined and excited to be joined by our County Executive, Adam Bello, as we present this year's Irish American Heritage Month proclamation, as well as James Gilmore, Chairman of the Irish American Heritage Month Committee, who joins us here to accept this proclamation on behalf of the Irish community. We usually read this proclamation during a grand celebration with lots of music and food and bagpipes and Irish dancers during a press conference here at City Hall. Usually this ceremony kicks off the festivities heading into our St. Patrick's Day parade. But unfortunately, the parade is one of the many wonderful events that we had to cancel this year due to the pandemic. But we didn't want to let the month of March go without acknowledging the contributions of our Irish community. As the Irish might say, a wee bit of a ceremony is better than no ceremony at all, as my deputy mayor would say. And thanks to the dedication and hard work of the all-volunteer parade committee, we can all look forward to a great parade and celebration next year. As I said earlier, I want to thank our county executive for joining me here today and would ask him to bring a few words and then to start reading of the proclamation. Please welcome County Executive Adam Bello.
Great, thank you. Here, I can take this off. Thank you, Mayor. It's great to be here today at City Hall to kick off Irish American Heritage Month and be able to talk about this year's our Irish American heritage here. Unfortunately, this isn't the traditional celebration that we'd all like to see. Even though we're not able to have our traditional parade like most years, the hard work of the St. Patrick's Day Committee, the Board of Directors, James, you and the group for adjusting and according to the pandemic is really much appreciated. I also want to thank Tops Friendly Markets, who is the parade lead sponsor each year, and for really just the adjustments that we have to make because of COVID-19. Even though the second year in a row that we don't have the traditional parade, we've all grown accustomed to celebrating St. Patrick's Day, but this year, is a little bit different. We have to find different ways to celebrate while still being able to maintain social distancing, following the guidelines that have been laid out, and canceling a parade is never an easy decision. I remember last year like it was yesterday, and the decisions that we had to make to protect our community. And as we look back, we realize how much our community really has been through over the last year. Festivals and parades like St. Patrick's Day Parade are going to be an important part of helping us return to normal once we are through the pandemic, and we are almost there. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. We're almost back to that sense of normalcy, and I really look forward to next year when I hope that the St. Patrick's Day Parade here in Rochester makes its triumphant return to downtown Rochester. The mayor and I will be standing here with all of the normal things, the presentations that we have, the dancers, the celebrations. We will be back to be able to do that, and it'll be back bigger and better than ever. So today, let's celebrate Irish American heritage here in Monroe County. More than 200 years ago, back in 1817, James Dowling arrived here in Rochester, a native of County Laois. Mr. Dowling represented the first Irishman to settle in this area. He would go on to establish the Irish neighborhood of Dublin on present-day St. Paul Street between Lowell and Central Avenue. And today, the Genesee Brewery sits at the site of Mr. Dowling's modest log cabin. Much has changed since 1817, but what an honor it is to celebrate here in Monroe County, a place that is now home to 120,000 people of Irish descent. Monroe County's history is filled with generations of Irish Americans who have played important roles in forming our path of our community and our legacy. So this time of year, we celebrate and reflect on the origins of this important holiday, and for those who are Irish descent, we reconnect with our heritage. So we have a proclamation, as the mayor said, that we'd like to present today. I'll start the reading. It says, whereas the year 2021 marks the 32nd year that March is being celebrated in the United States as Irish American Heritage Month, during March, all Americans are encouraged to recognize the many contributions that Irish immigrants and their descendants have made to our nation. And whereas the city of Rochester and the county of Monroe have been greatly influenced by Irish Americans such as Colonel Patrick O'Rourke, Catherine de Valera Wheelwright, the builders of the Erie Canal, nurseryman Patrick Barry, and many, many others. This month, we honor the courage and perseverance of the Irish American community. And whereas people of Irish ancestry have made immeasurable contributions to the Rochester-Monroe County region throughout history, from politics to poetry, as early as 1817, the Irish established a vibrant settlement on the east side of the Genesee River Gorge called Dublin. And by the mid-1800s, Irish-born residents numbered more than any other immigrant group in the Rochester area. Today, people of Irish ancestry comprise approximately 16% of Monroe County's population. I'll put this back on. Here you are.
Whereas this month we celebrate the Irish American journey and we reflect on the ways a nation so small has inspired so much in another. Generation of Irish left the land of their forebears to cast their fortunes with the young republic. These new citizens never gave up on one of our oldest ideas, that anyone from anywhere can write the next great chapter in the American story. While sharing in America's success, Irish Americans have retained the best of their heritage and passed it down to their children. This familiar story has been lived and cherished by Americans from all backgrounds, and it reaffirms our identity as a nation of immigrants from all around the world. And the city of Rochester and Monroe County are proud of the contributions of their many Irish immigrants and their descendants, and celebrate the cultural richness that this brings to our community. All area residents are encouraged to refresh their knowledge about Irish history and culture, to celebrate the ways they have enriched our American and Rochester heritage, from music, dance, culinary delights, and other artistic expressions, to the passionate contributions of poets, novelists, and storytellers, and significant leaders. Now, therefore, we, Lovely A. Warren, Mayor of the City of Rochester, New York, and Adam Bello, Monroe County Executive, do hereby proclaim March of 2021 to be Irish American Heritage Month. And I would ask that Mr. James Gilmore come forward and accept this on behalf of the City of Rochester and the County of Monroe.
Thank you very much. As the Irish American Heritage Month Committee Chair, I'm honored to accept this proclamation on behalf of the Irish in our community and the organizations, which include the Ancient Order of Hibernians, Irish American Cultural Institute, Cultus Cottore Erin, the Ladies Ancient Order of Hibernians, Rochester Police Emerald Society, Irish Children's Program, Friendly Sons and Daughters of St. Patrick, St. John Fisher Irish Studies Program, the O'Rourke Society, St. Patrick's Day Parade, Rochester City Hurling, and many others. For the 6th year now, we would like to thank County Executive Bello and Mayor Warren for their proclamation of Irish American Heritage Month. This is the 31st year a U.S. President is recognizing and celebrating the very significant contributions of Irish Americans on our country and our local communities. The Irish have defended freedom for all, starting with the American Revolution with the likes of Commodore Barry, the first naval admiral under George Washington, and continuing with the Civil War and Colonel Patrick O'Rourke, that leading victory in Gettysburg. Instrumental in the formation of our government and Constitution, the Irish literally helped build this country from the ground up while working on the Erie Canal and greatly increasing commerce from the East Coast to Midwest. The Irish came from a land beyond the wave and settled in areas like Dublin neighborhood near High Falls and Paddy Hill in the town of Greece, and also all about the whole United States of America. Probably the most famous Irish American, John F. Kennedy, summed up our spirit and drive to improve this great country with his inspiring plea. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. In these different times, we invite everybody to enjoy the numerous online entertainment and educational information and opportunities throughout the month of March. And please visit the many locally owned restaurants and small businesses. And that way, while maintaining safe protocols, to experience Irish American culture in person. The Irish American Heritage Month Facebook page and the other organizations' media sites will have daily informational posts that everyone can enjoy. On March 30th, please experience a program called the Shimsa, an evening of Irish entertainment. This will include music, dance, some history, and even a soda bread demonstration. So look to the Irish American Facebook page for more information regarding that program and other events throughout the month of March. Of course, typically, the largest and traditionally part of the best aspect of Irish American Heritage Month is the St. Patrick's Day Parade. As we heard, and thanks to TOPS, the city, the county, and all the sponsors for the parade, and out of respect for everyone's health, we're excited to have a virtual program this year. And that'll be held on March 13th, Parade Day, and it'll be broadcast on Channel 8, WROC, between 11 and 12 noon. It'll feature past parade footage, along with some recent interviews and segments. And thank you again for this great proclamation. We appreciate it.